I've witnessed it in the last 3 years. I've watched her, actually her entire family kind of shift into this kind of, I really like you're a bright light is really what you are. Like when I see,
Sarah, I love you.
I mean, when I see, what you say about your children, your boys are like your world, and your relationship with Nick, and, you guys being home together, like I mean, I know I speak for myself, and I think I speak for others when I say that a happy home and a happy life creates a happy, existence. And I think you are, a shining star when it comes to just speaking your truth and being you. And you have been able to really tap into the social media market, which is a huge thing for you. So I hope that you share your expertise on the whole package of what we're doing here. So I don't want to waste any more time. This is going to go for about an hour and a half. I encourage you to stay on, take notes, please. You're welcome to use the chat if you'd like. However, let's not use it to just chat. Let's use it if you have a specific question for Jenny. Otherwise, go ahead and private message people if you need to do that. So without any further ado, go ahead, Jen.
I'm excited. Well, guys, I'm excited to train you on social media today. I don't know if you guys saw the training that I did for LifeVantage last Saturday, but I was very limited on time. So I wasn't able to cover like everything. Like I'm going to give you guys today the nuts, the bolts, the how to do, what not to do. And I want to kind of tell my story as to how social media evolved into our business, because I think I want to set the foundation and the stage as to how powerful this tool is when you use it right. So 8 years ago, we joined the business, and for first 4 years of building this business, we did it, I always like to say, the old school way. And, it was always doing the in-home meetings, calling people on the phone, tracking people down, that sort of thing. So we did pretty well the first 4 years in LifeVantage, but we really hit kind of a wall in our business about year 5. And I was really desiring just a way of just finding that magic formula, or finding a way to be able to really move our business forward. And so about 4 years into building, I had won one of the incentive trips. I think it was actually the Pro 5 Summit. And when I was on the Pro 5 Summit, this is when one of the biggest social media teams in the company had just joined. And I remember them talking about the power of social media. And I just remember being intrigued. Like I honestly felt like a puppy dog following people around saying, can you just tell me how you do that? Like, I've never heard of this before. Educate me, tell me everything. I'm always wanting to learn and be open. And so, that was really the first time that I had heard that it was possible to use or leverage social media, Facebook and Instagram, and not only leverage it, but some of the things that I was hearing was just the accomplishments that these people were able to make just by utilizing this powerful tool in their business. And so it really kind of implored me, being that natural inquisitive person that I was, to really dive in and educate myself. And so you guys, for those of you distributors that are watching this today that maybe feel, your business is at a standstill, it's not growing fast enough, I want this training to be just that start of a new empowerment for you to understanding what's available for you with social media, because it's powerful. And when it's done the right way, amazing things can happen. So March of 2017 is when Nick and I decided to take our business online. And I have to tell you that when I started posting, I can still remember the very first day I made that first post. I was thinking to myself, oh my gosh, now I'm like out of the closet. I'm just like, now I have to be a network marketer. Like everybody's going to know that I'm actually a network marketer. Like, oh my gosh, I guess I'm all in. So it did two things for me that day when I made my first post. It took me out of the mindset of being worried about what people thought of me, and understanding that I had a message to give to the world. So it's very powerful. It wasn't that I, had built my business overnight by making that one post. And in fact, I want to point that out. This is a tool. This is going to take time to master, but it's not going to happen overnight. But I knew that it was powerful. So that first post that I made took me out of that what if and took me into a place of, I'm figuring this out, and the world's going to know what I have to say. And the world's going to hear about these products and hear about this opportunity. And so about less than a year later, I hit the first elite rank in our company. And I have to accredit it all to social media. The principles of what we're doing here are always going to be the same. The principles of leadership development, the principles of growth, the principles of understanding how to follow up with people and database, those are the foundational principles. But it's the techniques that change, right? We live in a time and place where people are connecting on their cell phones. right? They're not gonna, it's very rare that someone's gonna text you back or call you back. You know, people are used to doing and receiving information from social media, from their cell phones, from, you know, being able to go online and type in a search engine what they're looking for. So today I'm gonna teach you how to leverage this powerful technique of social media. And then I also want you, before we get started, you guys, is set your intentions. Set your intentions as to what you want to accomplish after this training is done. Because it certainly isn't going to do you any good to hear what I'm saying to you today and then not move forward and utilize it and practice it in your own business. So we're going to spend the next 45 minutes to an hour going through these slides and teaching you how to be effective on social media. So I want you to write down these two things. And in fact, some of the slides, you guys are going to want to have your cell phone out to take pictures, because some of the slides are going to have detail that you're going to want to refer back to. But I do want you to, you know, write down some of the exercises that we're going to do to develop your brand and things like that. So ask yourself, what actions are you going to take after today's training? Right? We're not going to just end this training and then you put it in your mind and leave it for later. No, you guys are going to get into action and start utilizing social media to build your business. And then what fears are you going to overcome on social media, right? What fears are you going to overcome? Is it Facebook Lives, right? Are you terrified to go out there and expose yourself to the world and worry about what people are thinking of you? Whatever it may be, we are going to overcome those fears in this training. So social media is a tool. Like I said, it's not a magic wand, and the ability to leverage this does not happen overnight. It requires consistency and commitment, and most importantly, a powerful social media brand is going to require time and trust to build that trust with people, right? To add value to people's lives every single day. So what is the purpose of utilizing social media? This is allowing you to connect with over 1 billion people worldwide. It's going to allow you to build a following of like-minded people. You guys, I'm going to give you a big truth bomb right now. Not everybody is supposed to be in your business. You're not looking for everybody. You are looking for the people that you relate to, that you want to build business, that you want to do business with, and that you want to be around every single day. And when attraction marketing is utilized the proper way, this gives you the opportunity to connect with those people that you were always supposed to meet, that were always supposed to be in your life. It also allows you to create curiosity and educate people around you every single day as to what these products and opportunity can do for them. And so we're going to teach you a little bit more about attraction marketing and the proper way to utilize social media in sharing our products, so that we'll get into that part of the training, you know, here shortly. But I want you to understand, we're going to first cover how to build your brand online. And like I said, this takes time. It takes consistency. It takes you understanding that you're going to have to go out there every single day, post at least once a day, right? Be consistent in utilizing your stories feature inside of your inside of your Facebook and your Instagram. And understanding that doing those live videos and things consistently is what's going to give you and attract that following every single day. So I want you guys to ask yourself, what are you all about? Who are you? Who are you trying to attract? You know, social media is like a bank account. You can't expect to make withdrawals from the bank until you've made some deposits, right? It's all about building relationships and like understanding that people want to connect every single day. They go to Facebook to connect and build friendships, not to be sold to, right? So I want you to kind of think differently about what social media and building your brand is. So building your social media brand is all about building relationships through social media by turning strangers into friends and friends into family. And I have to tell you guys a story about the power of social media. I think somebody got unmuted. Sarah, can you just mute whoever's unmuted? I can hear some feedback. Thank you. So truly, you guys, social media for me has definitely taken that corner. And in fact, the girl that I signed up in November just hit Pro 4, her fourth month in business. And I met her online through social media. We met about 8 months ago, and actually probably about a year ago. And she was looking for a network marketing opportunity. She was a leader in the industry. We had connected through an anti-vaccine post. And I actually shared the LifeVantage opportunity with her a year ago. And it wasn't the right timing for her. She just didn't connect. She didn't understand what the product was. She had been with a CBD oil company for years, and it just wasn't the right time. But you guys, I kept following up with her. We became such good friends. I built that trust with her. Even though it wasn't the right time for her to join the business, we built that relationship. We actually can say that we're family now, right? Because of what social media, it was the great connector. It's the great equalizer. It connected us. And so over the past year, I was able to build that trust and that relationship with her, not thinking, oh, I'm going to sell her a product or I'm going to sell her this business opportunity. I cared about her and who she was and about getting to know her, about getting to know her family. I would check in with her on Messenger probably every other week. And we built that trust, that foundational trust. And you guys, she is blowing and going in this business. I truly believe she'll probably be hitting Pro 5 this month. And it's just such a really cool thing to be able to sit back and watch the power of social media, do its thing. So I want to tell you that it's all about creating that relationship, that trust. And then most importantly, it's all about branding yourself and not LifeVantage, right? You don't want to be blasting, our products all over the internet, all over our Facebook profile. It's the quickest way, I believe, to destroy trust with your audience and with the people that are coming to you to find value. So I'm going to teach you how to take that attraction marketing model and how to utilize that attraction marketing model to really bring people in. And I want you to ask yourself, how awesome would it be if you could have people coming to you every single day asking you to buy products and join your business? How impactful would that be? How would that change your business? I'm telling you, it's possible. So we are going to teach you how to develop an impactful brand, how to create a plan on social media that's going to leverage you and get people coming to you. But most importantly, we're going to teach you how to be intentional with social media. Intentionality is one of the most important things in this business. I know that I struggled for many years when I was learning how to use social media, just with the scrolling mindset. Like I would get on Facebook and I'd be like, 2 hours later, what did I even do, right? Like, what have I even accomplished? I've just watched every video known to man and have connected with everybody, but I haven't actually done something to build my business. So we're going to teach you how to be intentional, how to be focused with your time, and how to utilize your time on social media effectively. So we're going to be covering how to develop your brand, how to identify your audience. You have to know who you're talking to be able to give that right message. We're going to teach you how to create powerful, attracting content that people are begging you, raising their hand saying, Sarah, send me more information on that. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Rusty, send me more information. I have to know about what you're talking about. And then we're going to teach you know your strategy. So we're going to teach you, when you guys end this training today, you're going to know exactly what to do on social media. So we're going to start with developing your brand. I think the most powerful part of your brand is your story, right? Facts tell and stories sell. So you need to become a master at telling your story. I always like to tell my team, get really comfortable with telling your 1-minute short story and then your long version story, right? You want to be effective with your branding, with your story. People need to be able to go to your social media every day and have that consistent, wording, that consistent message. So ask yourself, I would suggest taking a picture of this slide. When was the moment that everything changed for you? What have you gone through that is inspiring you to help others? Why were you looking for time and financial freedom? And how can you help your audience solve their problem with your experiences? So how are you going to be able to help people solve problems? People don't care about you. Most people don't care about you and what you're going through. They want to come to you and find out how they can solve problems in their own lives. So, understanding that if you can go out there and provide value and a solution, people are going to automatically recognize you as that leader, as that person to go to, as that person to trust, and as that person who's their confidant. That's what's capable here when you develop a very strong, solid social media brand. So also as a pro tip, I want you to think of micro stories. What are micro stories? Micro stories are things that happen in your life every single day that you can take that story and put it into your social media stories, your social media videos, your Facebook Live videos, whatever it is. I used the example on the training the other day about my son leaving the bottle of Pet Tandem out near where the dog was, and he tore up the bottle to shreds. And to me, that was like, oh my gosh, this is the best content for social media. Like, this is such a great way to create curiosity and tell a funny story and get people engaged with what is going on in your life every single day. Two of my favorite book recommendations, all-time favorite book recommendations. You guys must read these books. They're so life-changing. Kendra Hall spoke at our Life Manage event, was incredible. And one of my favorite all-time books is Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. And he actually goes into depths why people don't buy from you. Why is it that companies fail? It's because of the messaging. It's because of the messaging and the stories that are being told. It's confusing to people. They don't understand what it is that you do. And he really helps to hone in becoming an expert at telling your story, building your brand through telling your story. So I would definitely encourage you guys, order these 2 books. I think it's really going to give you that mindset of how to be successful in telling your story. And I want to get real with you guys right now. I want you to understand that you are special, that you were born to stand out from the pack. You were not born to be like everybody else. I can remember when I first started posting on social media, I was comparing myself to everybody else, right? I would look at other people's brands and think, oh my gosh, they're so amazing. How am I ever going to post anything that's impactful, as impactful as them? Like, really getting into that comparison mindset, like comparing myself to everybody else. I want you to understand that your brand is as unique as your fingerprint. You have been given life experiences. You have a story that nobody else can tell. And you have a way of needing to give the world your gifts. Let them see those gifts through your social media brand. And I want you to ask yourself, how will you consistently add value to your audience? Value, value, value. If you look at your posts and you think, ask yourself the question, will this add value to people? And you're questioning that, don't post it. You know, how will you position yourself as the expert so people come to you, right? People coming to you and saying, you know, Sarah or Nikki, I heard you kind of talk about gut health. What do you suggest that I do to help with my gut health? You know, those sorts of questions. You want people that are following you to look at you as the expert, right? And then ask yourself, how can you build trust? We kind of covered that already with having the mindset of serving rather than getting for yourself. You guys, people can see through bad intentions. They can see through when you're contacting them on Messenger and you just want to sell them something. You need to change your mindset and change what you're doing and understand that this business is a marathon and a sprint. And that if you have that sprint mentality, nobody's going to join you long-term. It's not going to be, you know, the long-term goal is to finish the marathon. I don't think anything's ever finished especially when you become elite. Nothing's ever finished. The marathon's not done. However, you grow into being that better leader, that better person. But having that long-term, like, I want to build a relationship with this person like I did with Courtney. So building that relationship, building that trust with people, and understanding that you're unique, that your voice is enough, that your posts are enough, and that people want to hear what you have to say. So what makes you unique? You guys, I love this exercise. I really want you to take the time to dive into these 4 things and understand what makes you unique. You know, write down 5 moments that have defined your life. Make a list of 5 people that have impacted your life greatly. Write down 5 of your best qualities and best attributes, and also your faults and your struggles. You know, I've shared this before, but I think one of the most impactful ways to change people's lives and to add value is to be vulnerable. I struggled with that for a long time. Building my brand online, I would always try to be perfect. Oh my gosh, I have to have the perfect video. I have to have the perfect content. And really, people can't relate to that. People can't relate to those that are perfect, right? They can relate to those that mess up their videos, or maybe come across as not being on it that day. So it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to share your faults and your struggles, because people look at you and they think, oh my gosh, wow, she actually had the nerve. I was going to say something else. She actually had the nerve to share what she's struggling with that day. You know, and people relate to that. You're relatable when you are vulnerable and when you share the things that you struggle with. And then understanding that you're worthy, your voice is powerful, and that every single day when you move forward on social media, you are to build with authenticity. So we're going to dive in to branding yourself. And this is my emoji. Super funny. I had fun doing this. For those of you that haven't created your Bitmoji yet, I would definitely suggest to download the app. It's super fun. But branding yourself, really, you guys, first impressions are everything. You know, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. There's so many people that people can follow online, like in the wellness community, that if you're not impactful and if you don't make that good first impression, people are just going to be like, oh, well, you know, maybe she's not somebody I want to follow. So you just have to know that when you're, you know, giving your bio and your pictures a facelift, you want to know that when people go to your Facebook profile or your Instagram profile for the very first time, that they need to see the best version of you in that initial glance. So first impressions are everything. And ask yourself, does your Facebook have an identity crisis? Well, it might be time to give your Facebook a facelift. And I know I really had to spend the time to give my Facebook and my profile and my pictures a facelift. But if your Facebook picture, your profile picture and your cover photo does not represent you yourself, I would suggest not having a picture of your family on there, right? It needs to be you. You know, who is Nikki? Who is Michelle? Who is Lauren? Who is this person? It needs to be a picture of you. And I would say it needs to be professional. It needs to look, you know, on point. And then also in your bio, make sure that your bio is clear with your mission statement. Like what is it that you do? How do you impact people? Are you a stay-at-home mom? Are you passionate about wellness? You know, I would definitely suggest going to a few people's profiles and just getting an idea as to what you relate with. But you want your bio to be you. You know, what value do you give to the world? What is your value statement? And so here's an example. I love Marilee's Facebook profile. It's awesome. And so here's an example. And I think it's okay to change this around. You know, I usually try to change mine every 6 months to a year. You definitely want people to become familiar with connecting with you and knowing who you are. So just make sure that your Facebook profile looks professional and looks, you know, how you want to represent yourself and how you want to come across to the world. So who are you? I want you guys to write down the top 5 to 10 things that make you you. So these are the 5 pillars. I wasn't able to cover this in the training, but these 5 pillars are going to determine what your social media content is going to look like. So ask yourself, what are you passionate about? Are you passionate about health? Are you passionate about homeschooling? Are you passionate about gardening? What is it that excites you? Do you love animals? You know, what attracts people to you? Is it your personality? Are you outgoing? Do you travel? And what do you want to be known for? So write those down or take a picture. And here I'm going to share with you just some top ideas and what you can be known for as far as your 5 pillars are concerned. Faith, family, healthy, mentor, inspiration, travel, fun-loving, photography, and laptop lifestyle. So here's some examples of what those 5 pillars would look like. And then here, this is by determining what your 5 pillars are, you're going to be able to identify your audience. So you're going to be able to identify your target audience and attract like-minded people into your world and your business. You guys, this is about attracting people that are going to relate to your message. Like I said, you know, I'm really big in the medical freedom movement. And I actually got a message the other day from a girl that said, well, don't you think your business would grow much faster if you weren't being so divisive in what you believe in? And that was really like a pretty big thing for me. It was a pretty big moment for me because I had to take a while to respond, but I thought to myself, you know what? Like, I'm not here to attract you into my business. First of all, you're rude and I don't want to work with you. And second of all, if you don't like it, you don't have to follow me. So that's the beautiful thing about social media is that you can attract the people that have the same values, that care about the same things that you care about. So that person is going to be your avatar. And your avatar is the persona or the embodiment of the ideal person that you want to do business with. You know, so get specific with who they are and really take the time to visualize who that perfect business partner would be. Who is your perfect preferred customer? Who are those people that you want to connect with every single day? And I want you to give your avatar a name, you know, name that avatar. And then write down 5 to 10 of their ideal attributes, you know, and get very specific when you do this, right? Get specific about their age, their gender, where they live. Are they married or single? Do they have children? Do they have pets? What is their job? What is their income potential? What are they excited about when it comes to entrepreneurship? Do they like to travel? So here's some just examples of how you can get specific in determining what your avatar looks like, who they are as a person, and what they're passionate about. And then also identifying what concerns your avatar, right? What's their pain point? This is what I kind of mentioned before. If you can add value and provide solutions to the people that are watching you every day, that is going to be very, very powerful, right? When you can help somebody solve problems and get to the root of their pain and give them a solution, that's when you're actually establishing that trust with your audience. So what topics is your avatar searching for? Are they looking for better sleep, more energy, additional income, time? For Nick and I, it was the time. Like, I never saw him 8 years ago. 14 hours a day he was working. So for us, it was absolutely that time freedom. Like, we were looking for something that could potentially change our lives. And so I want you to get specific as to what your avatar's pain points are. And then ask yourself, what kind of groups would my avatar be in? So I get asked all the time, well, how do you develop your friends list? How do you find friends? Like, where do you find these people that you connect and relate to? I think that social media groups is one of the most incredible ways to connect with people that have like-minded interests. So, network and connect inside of groups and build relationships outside of the group. So when you're inside of these groups, for example, I'm in a few, vaccination groups and things like that. I don't go in there with that concept of selling my products inside of the group. In fact, I never ever post about our products. Even in some of these health groups, you see people just dropping, their links down below when people comment on, I have MTHFR, I have fibromyalgia. Then you see like 500 people down below dropping links to their products. Like, I honestly think, you guys, that is the most unprofessional way to build your business online. So how I go about connecting with people in groups is adding value to the group without trying to sell my products. Connecting with them in Facebook Messenger once I meet them. You guys are okay. My kids just walked in. Connecting with them in Facebook groups, and then taking it into Messenger and just asking questions and building that relationship with them there. And then also adding them into our Facebook supported groups that can educate them on wellness and things like that. So it's all about connecting in the groups, because the people in the groups are going to have those like mind. They're going to have those same passions. They're going to be looking for, solutions for their fibromyalgia or their son that has autism. But you certainly don't want to destroy the trust by trying to sell them too quick. You need to go in with building that trust. And then when they're ready and they come to you and ask you, then you can give them, your advice. And a lot of the time, you have to think of how this flows. They're going to connect with you in Messenger, and they're going to watch what you do on Facebook. So you want to make sure that you're creating content that your avatar will be interested in. What are the people that you're trying to attract looking for? For me, you guys know that medical freedom is like my thing. Like, I love it. I love talking about it. And every time that I post about vaccines or medical freedom, or anything medical, it's not just vaccines, I always think, what are the people that are watching me going to want to see? Like, what is it that's going to add value to their lives? And I have to say, I've become better and better at it. Like, when I first started, you guys, don't get discouraged if this takes some time. But I look back on my Facebook profile like 3 years ago. Oh my gosh, I'm like, that was so not embarrassing, but oh my gosh, that was just so, amateur. So you're going to get better at doing this, at finding and talking to your avatar every single day. And then ask yourself before you make your posts, if I make this post, would they still want to do business with me? If I make this post, will they still come back to my timeline? And is my content today going to answer my avatar's problems? And of course, you guys, this is the 5-pillar concept. So it's not just that one pillar of health and wellness. This is motivation. This is leadership, whatever it is that you're excited about. Just make sure that you're creating your content that way. So your 5 pillars, just to kind of reemphasize, is going to help you to create structured content that's efficient and that's effective. And these 5 pillars are, here's an example of my 5 pillars: inspirational, personal, hobbies, laptop lifestyle, products, and business. So once you determine what those 5 pillars are, your content throughout the week is going to be much easier to come up with. And creating curiosity is the foundation. You guys, I've kind of mentioned to you already, if you're blasting your products all day and you're, just having that short sell mentality, you're never going to get anywhere with your audience. So you want to get people coming to you and raising their hand for more information. What is it that you do, Jenny? Or, you just made this really awesome post about being able to stay home with your kids. Like, notice I didn't say join my LifeVantage business opportunity. I've got the best network marketing opportunity. It's what everybody else online is saying. So you have to find a way to get creative to get people asking questions. Well, that was interesting, and I wonder what it is that she does. Coming to you and starting that conversation. You want to get people starting that back and forth dialogue with you in Facebook Messenger. Also want them to ask, can you help me? Oh my gosh, this girl seems like she knows what she's talking about when it comes to wellness. Maybe she can help me with such and such a problem. And then don't give the farm away. If you give, the farm away, they're not going to come back and rely on you for that information. And then as soon as you can, take the conversation offline. You guys, the money is in the messenger. The money is in the messenger. We do all of our team's third-party validations in Facebook Messenger. And in fact, if I get a text message from a team member, I'm like, what are they doing? I don't even know what they're doing right now. Like, it's all, the magic is in the messenger. So as soon as you start building that relationship with people in Messenger, you can start those conversations, and third-party validation is the best way to do it in third-party Messenger. So we've trained our team to, anytime someone's requesting more information, to connect with the third-party upline and start that conversation and that education process through Messenger. And then again, understanding that it takes time to build relationships. You guys, it's all about quality connections. I would rather you have 500 friends than 3,000 friends that you know nothing about or that you don't relate to at all. So you want to have more quality friends, which you're going to find inside of Facebook groups, people with common interests. And then understand that the quality of those connections is what's going to build your business. And then also the 80-20 rule is 80% lifestyle posts, 20% product or business posts, and 1 to 2 posts per day maximum. Like, it's very rare that I do more than 2 posts a day. I usually, it's actually a good day if I do 1 post these days. But yeah, you want to be able to make sure that you're following that 80-20 rule. So the idea behind identifying your audience is just knowing who they are, and most important, knowing who you are. Social media is not going to cure the mindset of insecurity and the mindset that doesn't believe that you have value to add. It's not going to cure it. It's absolutely not. If that were the case, then everybody would be millionaires off of social media. You have to have your mindset right. You have to understand that you have to pour into growing as a leader and understanding who you are unapologetically. You're going out there every single day speaking your truth, and you're doing it with confidence. So I believe that you guys can do this, and I absolutely know. I've seen it in my own team. You guys, we've seen people join the team that have never even posted on social media before, and with the proper training, start, stepping out of their comfort zone and seeing some of those results right away. One of the most powerful things about social media is the capability of seeing somebody that has absolutely no experience in network marketing come in and, get 2 or 3 people buying products for them through that proper social media curiosity posting. And that really is what keeps people in. I think a lot of the times people get frustrated when they're not seeing results in their business. And the powerful thing about social media is that this enables them to be able to leverage the opportunity to connect with people every single day. So we're going to jump topics here, and we're going to talk about curiosity posting. You guys, this is where the magic happens. Ask yourself, why do people go to Amazon? They go to Amazon to shop. They know that they're opening up their phone and they know they're going to spend money. People go to social media to connect. So again, if you have that, I want to sell you something mentality, it's not going to take you very far. So the content that you're going to create needs to add value. It needs to get people raising their hands and asking questions. So pro tip is give away the farm and they won't come back for more. They absolutely will not. So here's an example of my 5 pillars and me implementing them in my Facebook content throughout the week. Each pillar is only 20% of the content I've shared. And I actually share more lifestyle, motivation, and medical freedom posts than I do anything else. Um, I get people asking me all the time, like, what company are you with? Like, I can't tell. I can't put it together. Now, the ones that really follow me closely inside of my stories, they know, because I have to say that anything that involves the product, I put inside of the story section of my profile. So, or sorry, yeah, of my Facebook profile. So if you guys want to kind of get a feel for what that looks like, you can follow me on social media and watch what I'm doing inside of my stories. But those also are going to take some time to master in stories, and I'll kind of touch on that at the very end. But I use a lot of the product curiosity posting inside of the stories section. So here you can see I posted a live video, posted, motivational quote, and faith is a really big thing for me. So I always, usually try to put Bible verses out there, or something that, involves my faith. And then of course, family and business and things like that. So you want to make sure that you're not sharing too much of one thing. And people are like, oh, I already know what she's going to post, not come back for more. So what not to post: images of full products, right? The company name, direct links is some examples of what you don't want to do. And here's some great examples of what to do. I love, Marilee posted this picture of, Axio brain food drink and nootropics. And I love how she implemented this post and creating that curiosity of what Axio is without actually saying, oh, this is Axio, this is Protandim, right? She's creating that curiosity of, I love what she says here. She blinded me with science. Okay, it's time for a simple science lesson. Did you know when you take direct antioxidant supplements and yada, yada? So she's talking about, Protandim, but she's not actually saying what Protandim is. And then the same thing with your business curiosity posts. You want to make sure that you're creating not only curiosity, but the desire for people that are looking for a change to join your community and to join what it is that you're doing, sharing your success without exaggerating, and just being real with what we have as far as the business opportunity, I think is super important. So the basics of building curiosity posts is, the goal is to get people curious and raise their hands for more information, right? Be creative. You guys have fun with this. Be resourceful. I think some of the best people that build their brands online, the most successful people, are resourceful. They think outside of the box. They think about how they can impact people's lives every single day. Lead with a problem, tell your story, always think, will this add value? And then ask yourself, I know I'm repeating a lot of this, but I really want to kind of, get this home with you guys. Will your avatar relate? Would my avatar be interested in what I'm saying? And would this post solve a problem? Again, for the fourth time. So curiosity posting overview: create content around your 5 pillars and be consistent. So it's not going to do you any good to post today and then wait another week to post again. You want to make sure that you're creating that consistent content so people know, oh, I wonder what, Michelle is going to say today. I'm going to go back and see, oh, she talks about, her dogs, and it's so interesting. I love puppy, whatever it is, that you want them to think, oh my gosh, there's going to be something new that she's sharing. Be sure to include micro stories throughout your day inside of your content. Include content about products, opportunity, and get your audience to ask questions. So anyways, you guys, this is kind of just a recap on curiosity posting, how to do it the proper way. So almost last but not least, we're going to talk about the consistent daily actions that you should be doing every single day to see results. I can't tell you enough how much we hammer this into our team. We give our team literally, a no joke, A to Z on what they should be doing online every single day. So daily method of operations is consistently what you're doing, those daily actions that are going to produce results. And understanding that the DMO is a foundational piece. It's going to set your baseline, but you're going to build on top of it the more consistent you become in your daily actions online. So the DMO is going to give you a daily plan. It's going to create proper habits, also keep you accountable, and again, set the baseline for your business. So just because you're starting to post now, don't get discouraged if you don't start seeing results, 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 months down the road. This, like I said, takes some time and becoming consistent with these daily actions. So some of the daily actions is personal growth and development, first and foremost. your daily Facebook posts, write your 1 to 2 posts a day, wishing your friends list a happy birthday. It sounds trivial, but people like, when you can make people feel valued, that's when they're going to start building that trust with you. Adding new friends, not LifeVantage people. So if you guys have, if your friends list is half LifeVantage people, you guys don't feel bad about doing this either. I know you love everybody in LifeVantage, but the problem with that is Facebook's going to see that as what you're focused on, and they're just going to constantly show you those LifeVantage people. You want to keep your friends list and your news feed open for people that are not in the company. So, if a LifeVantage distributor tries to friend request you, then just tell them to follow you. You can actually hit activate the follow button on your profile, or go to other LifeVantage distributors that you want to follow, that you want to see what they're doing, and just follow them instead of friend request them. I hope that makes sense. That's a big one. And you want to make sure that you're going through and kind of cleaning out your friends list as you're building it, because you want to make sure you're keeping that open for people that are already not in the company. Starting new conversations and the new engagements. Like I said, you guys, social media is like a bank account. You can't make withdrawals unless you make deposits, right? And that's, showing love to other people and what they're posting, and commenting on their posts and engaging with them and making them feel special and valued. So here's an example of our DMO. And in fact, we host a DMO challenge with our team probably every other month. And we'll take this DMO and we will, I think you usually do about 2 to 3 week DMO challenges, to where people literally, no joke, have to fill out this form every day and then post it in our Facebook group. And then we give, at the very end of the challenge, our team members, we set goals, whether it's free a bag of Axio, or, last DMO challenge, we gave them a $100 Visa gift card, but we set the bar high. We made them, do the live videos and do the things. And there was actually a lot of people that were like, oh my gosh, the $100, I'm going to do it. So we had a lot of people complete the last challenge. But ideally, this is all about getting your team in the habits of what they need to do every single day. I think one of the biggest roadblocks for new distributors, especially, is they don't even know what to do. Like, what do you want me to do? You want me to post and just like post all day? Like, I don't know what that is. So this really gives them, that roadmap on how to be successful in posting and what they should be doing every single day. And the reason that we have personal growth and development as the top, the top action, is because when you're filling your mind with positive things and in motivation and filling your mind, you will never fall short of content to share on your social media. When you're investing in growing and understanding that you're, investing in the mindset of being able to share and add value to others, that foundational piece is personal growth and development. So we have them do 15 minutes of mindset training, 15 minutes of network marketing specific training, like, MLM Nation or GoPro or something that's network marketing specific, to educate them on the industry. So remember, consistency is key. You must keep a physical checklist and follow-up database, keep records of who you're talking to. I can't even tell you guys that I'm going to be real vulnerable with you right now. I am the worst at following up with people, like, mostly. Until I got really specific with databasing and being organized with the people that I was connecting with, that's when things started changing for me. But if you're just going to go message like 15 people a day and not really follow up with the people that you've messaged 2 weeks ago, there's really no point in doing that. So you want to make sure that you have your database set up properly and that you're following up, because honestly, you guys, the fortune is in the follow-up. It absolutely is. And then to get success, you must treat this like a business. Social media and building this business online it's a business, and you have to be committed. The representation of you is the representation that people are going to see. And then again, understanding that it's a marathon, not a sprint. You're going to get those people that join you immediately, that see the light right away. But the average person needs 6 points of contact before they're ready to make a decision, a buying decision, whether to join you or to purchase products from you. So as a bonus, you guys, I'm going to cover how to master Facebook Lives. And I don't know if I can see the chats, but I know that probably a lot of people struggle with this. I know that I still struggle with Facebook Lives. Every time I'm getting ready to go live, I still get nervous. So don't ever feel like that's ever going to change. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to feel insecure about everybody watching you and perhaps judging you. But I have to tell you that people don't care about you as half as much as you think they do. I mean, not in a bad way. I'm not trying to insult you, but just understand that you're your own worst critic, and that it's better for you to move forward and accomplish Facebook Lives. In fact, Facebook Lives is king, to me, is king in this arena of building your social media brand. Less than 2% of the network marketing population is doing Facebook Lives, let alone doing them properly. So if you can master Facebook Lives, you're going to have definitely that one up, and you're going to be ahead of the game. So this is how we teach our team to develop their Facebook Lives and take time to really put that time into what your message is going to be that day, right? Don't just like start the live button and just talk about nothing. You want to add value. So you want to have a catchy title, right? Here's some examples of a catchy title. My top 3 tips for the exhausted mom. I know the secret to massive success in your biz. These are just some of examples of some Facebook Lives that I've done. And then once you start your video, you want to intro yourself, welcome the replay viewers. Most people are going to be watching your Facebook Live on the replay. And then ask a question, how many moms for example, how many moms out there can't keep your eyes open during the day? Or don't you wish there was a magic formula to building a successful biz? So here's some examples. And then, adding your content, your 1 to 2 tips, providing value, right? Telling them how they can get more energy in the day or create a successful business, and then close with a call to action. I think a lot of people will put content out there, but people don't know what to do after, the video's done. Like, well, that sounded fun. Of course I want more energy, but how do I actually get it? So you want to have a call to action, whether it's leading them into your Facebook groups, getting them to join a webinar, whatever it is, opportunity presentation. I mean, you have to determine what that call to action is based on the video that you're doing. But definitely mastering Facebook Lives is going to be key to your success in attracting people in and building your brand. So that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. I'm not sure if you guys have questions. I know I said that I was going to cover the stories aspect of Instagram and Facebook. For those of you that didn't know, you can actually link your Instagram stories to your Facebook stories. So you're not having to post once on Instagram stories and then once on Facebook stories. So you can link those 2 together. I always start by posting my stories on Instagram, and then I move them into my, I automatically link that into my Facebook profile. I also have a business profile. I get asked a lot of questions about having a business profile. I mostly have my business profile there for just to have it as a placeholder. But I think it's hard enough to master, building an audience on your personal profile. Do that first before you start a business profile and all of that. So those are just some tips on stories and how to effectively, create stories. And when you're doing your Facebook or Instagram stories, I would say 4 to 7 stories a day, 7 at the very most. You don't want to put, too many stories in at once because people just kind of fall off with interest. 4 to 7 stories a day. And have those stories follow that micro storyline, right? Like, for example, today I was posting about, someone's calling me. Today I was posting about Nerf 2 activation and the concept of activation versus supplementation. So I kind of, developed my storyline to follow that idea or that micro story. So that's about it.